Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Tallawah TV with Crystal Davis.
Golden Ricketts, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am well. You've made my night. Before we get started, please go ahead and big up the greatest parish in Jamaica.
You're putting me on the spot. So I'm gonna big up St. Thomas because I was born there, and I'm also gonna big up St. Andrew because I grew up there.
I love that. I'll take that. 14.94 games record. You weren't playing about tonight, were you?
No, I definitely knew that the girls were coming out here to fight, so I had to bring my A game and war them.
What got you going? Was it the cold or was it something else?
It's the cold. I like competing in the cold for some strange reason, but then after the first jump, I feel like it got even colder, and then the breeze started changing. So, yeah, I don't know.
What next? What's next for you in terms of achievement? Because this is your greatest career medal, isn't it?
Yes. Apart from the World Championships, yes, this is my first gold. So what's next? I have the Monaco Diamond League next week, and I'm also going to be participating at the Knockout Championships in Bahamas.
Amazing stuff. And how does it feel to inspire the little kids in St. Thomas? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them with their eyes gripped to the screen saying, I want to be like Golden Ricketts.
Yes, definitely. I hope to be an inspiration to them. I hope they see themselves in me. If them foot long, them can try the triple jump. You know, if them slim, them can try the triple jump or even high jump.
What if them have short foot?
If them have short foot, then can try to cause some of foot short too.
Amazing. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
My Tallawahs, good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning, all depends on where you are in the world. The headline reads for itself, doesn't it? If you don't want to read it, I'll go ahead and read it for you. It says Argentina versus Jamaica, and this is your match review. I did promise you guys that I will come back today and give you a match review alongside Formula Sports, and hopefully at some point Sabrina might call into the show as well. She did promise you guys that she would do that. So look out for a call from Sabrina at some point. And we're going to sit and we're going to dissect last night's friendly against Argentina. If you guys missed that one, that was a 3-0 defeat at the hands of Messi and his compatriots. I want to know what you guys think of the game itself. I already gave you guys pretty much scratched the surface with you guys last night, giving you a bit of my thoughts and opinion, and I'm going to reiterate what I said last night. I actually thought it was a good showing, good show performance from our guys individually and as a collective as well. But I'm going to get into a few more in-depth conversation later on in the show. Before I get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring out my special guests. And usually when I'm doing these reviews, I like to lean on someone special. I like to bring through the big guns. And on this occasion, I'm giving you guys the scientists. And from I tell you about the scientists, you must know who I'm referring to. And in case you don't know, you're about to find out. Mr. Formula Sports, how you, sir?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Krista? I'm good. I'm good. You?
I'm well. I'm well. You're looking clean and smooth. What's your secret? I'm being serious. You know, tend to have better skin than women for some reason. So what's the secret?
Firstly, I am blushing. Secondly, you seem to be trying to make me feel as good as you woke up this morning, because you seem to be in a very good mood today. What's my secret?
You must have a secret. You have a skincare routine because your skin
I mean,
looks
wash my face. Wash my face.
What do you wash it with soap?
Truth be told, I have been eating healthier in recent times.
Okay, what's on the menu? There must be something because, since I've been speaking to you, I've always had like clean skin, so must be doing something right.
That I
You
mean,
don't want to
good
tell us the
genes,
secret?
probably good genes. I
Good
mean, I
genes.
don't know.
All right.
Me can't. I mean, if that's the formula, I mean, me can't. I mean, I can share it with you and tell you, but I mean, you're not going to be able to take that and run with it, you know. So, you know, That's probably the next best thing. Good genes. I don't know.
All right, it sounds like the formula has been copywritten, guys. So it looks like there's a copyright attached to it. I tried, but he's not letting me through the back door or the front door. So as usual, formula, thank you so much for agreeing to bless me with a moment of your time. I'm gonna try not to keep you for too long because I want to do another live stream later on after I close off on this one. So I'm gonna try not to take up too much of your time.
A Reggae Girls live stream.
Yeah, I want to like split it down the middle. Reggae boys, reggae girls. Live stream.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want to try and keep everyone all on the same page as each other. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to take up too much of your time. Good evening to those of you in the comments section. Fresh and Mr. Gregory Reed. How are you guys? Let me know how your day's been so far. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start us off slowly, guys. So I'm going to do a bit of a backtracking, and I'm going to allow those of you who missed the closing of yesterday's show. I'm going to give you guys another opportunity to hear from the president and also from our gaffer, and they'll be sharing their thoughts on last night's 3-0 defeat against Argentina. And also the president made the official announcement of the Reggae Boys upcoming match against Cameroon. Right, so sit tight and listen to the two separate post-match reaction there from the gaffer and also from the president as well. Let me see if I can get this one up for you guys.
Speaking with Coach H after the Argentine victory tonight, 3-0. But Coach, your impression, take us through the game.
First, of course, we lost 3-0 and we are never happy to lose. And 3-0 is a big number, even though it's a good team we are playing. 3-0 is a big number, but I don't think it reflects the game in whole, and it doesn't reflect the performance of our players. I think we showed an excellent team performance for 80 minutes. We lost little focus in possession that led to the free kick and the second goal, and then from that even lost more focus for the third goal, and this cannot happen. But that was the negative things in this match. We like I said, we kept them from creating goal scoring chances more or less until the 80th minute. Maybe after the first 10 minutes, we were a little bit finding our feet, finding the shape. After 10 minutes, I think we really felt comfortable in how we played our defensive game. Yes, it's hard to play against a team like Argentina with all these individual qualities, but I think we grew into the game all the time. We got moments where we could have done better with the cross or with the final pass or with the counter-attack. We had possibilities to equalize the game until the 80th minute when it was 2-0. So a lot to build on, I think, and I hope that people see that it was a good effort from the players. They gave it all, and you can see in the dressing room that the players are really tired after this one, and that's understandably when you're playing a quality team like Argentina. But yeah, in total, unhappy with the 3-0, but performance-wise, effort-wise, I think the players were trying absolutely the best.
All right. So is there anything else that any strong point that you would have picked up on, or weak point that you would have picked up on in 90 minutes for Jamaica?
No, we were a little bit far away from the opponent, far away from the first minutes. I think they just realized they needed to be closer to the opponent. Don't give them time on the ball. So when a quality team like Argentina has time on the ball in dangerous areas in an attacking third, they will always create chances. But I think, like I said, after like 10 minutes, we started to realize the things that we have talked about. We closed the spaces, the most dangerous spaces, so they didn't create goals or scoring chances more or less until the 80th minute. Then they got these two chances to score. And when you have a quality like Lionel Messi, you will convert chances if you get them. So, but otherwise, it's like I said, there's a lot to build on. And I think we can take positives from this match for sure, even though the result is, I hate it.
Speaking with the president of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Mike Ricketts. Mr. Ricketts, you saw the game just now. The team did fairly well after coming together for 2 training sessions against a strong team like Argentina.
Yeah, I think we played in patches. For the first 15, 20 minutes, we were chasing. But thereafter, I think we were very competitive. Up to minute number 85, it was rolling a goal down, conceded 2 very late goals, albeit the magic of the great Messi. But I think all in all, I personally will be pretty satisfied. Not with the result, but how we actually played. Having just been together for effectively 2 days, I really think we did well. I also would like to use this opportunity to make an announcement as it relates to our campaign. We have signed an agreement with the Cameroon FA. We will engage that country in a friendly in Cameroon on November 9. We have actually signed a contractual arrangement, so it is now official that Jamaica will engage Cameroon on November 9 in the Cameroons.
We know that it's not a FIFA date, Mr. President, so that team would be a little bit different from the one that played on the outside.
Yeah, it certainly will be, and the good thing is that that's not unique to us, because the effect will be as it is with Jamaica, so too the Cameroons. So maybe a number of these players who participating in this unique encounter will be unavailable. But of course, it's another opportunity to expose our young players, and I'm pretty certain that the coach will get the opportunity again to look at some young upcoming players. So we're looking forward and just hoping that from that group, the coaching staff will be able to extract some potential as we try to start our World Cup campaign for 2026.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So there we have it, Formula and the guys in the comment section. You would have heard from our president and also from the gaffer as well. I saw you shaking your head there, Mr. Formula Sports. What's on your mind?
Expose young players. Translation, shop window JPL players to make money.
I was going to touch on you. It's funny because we're looking at it differently.
You have to translate it for the viewers. You know?
It's funny that you touch on that. Yeah, we can just dive right into it. What's your opinion? Because like he stated there, like the president, Mr. Ricketts, stated there, that it won't be an official FIFA window. So what do you make of us taking a trip to Cameroon? To see, essentially it's quite similar to the Austria trip, isn't it, in terms of identifying players that could potentially make their way into the senior team. For me personally, because we're always at war with finances, I wouldn't have gone about it with on the basis of that, because it seems to be like finance is always an issue for us. So I personally would have just said I'm sending a number of scouts to either the JPL or whichever league you want to look at, and the scouts go do their homework and scope out the talent, as opposed to sending them on the other side of the world just so you can do what the scouts are there to do as a job. But I don't know. What do you make of that?
What is the date of the game again? The
November.
9th of November?
Yeah.
When is the start of the World Cup again? What date? You know?
Let me get up the dates there for you.
Okay.
It should be November 20th. Should be November.
Yeah, I figured it was later down in November.
Yeah, because it crosses in September, isn't it? So yeah, current openers against obviously Qatar, Ecuador.
Qatar, Ecuador. I don't like. I mean, look, this is a moneymaker for the federation. I mean, I think that's the number one thing that comes to mind when you talk about friendlies involving the national team, especially friendlies that don't really make sense from a footballing standpoint, in my opinion. So that's the logical conclusion to arrive at when it doesn't make sense from a footballing standpoint. I mean, it seems to me as if it's just another opportunity for a shop window to place JPL players in to try and get them exposure. And I don't understand how that benefits Jaime or Grimson. It's just a waste of his damn time.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, look, I every now and again you have a JPL player that comes through the ranks.
Yeah.
That can perform decently at the international level, right? Every now and again, right?
Mhm.
All right. Richard King, is the latest one to come through. I mean, bright young talent, still a number of things that he needs to work on, and I think he has rode his luck a little bit in the national team, right? But to be fair to him, the boy does show significant promise, but I still do think that he's a bit fortunate on a number of times when he represents the Reggae Boys not to have some of his mistakes from a defensive standpoint being exploited, right? Before that, before Richard King, the last JPL player I saw that did something in the national setup was my boss staying at the USL right now. God, where you name again? The one that was shot in Portmore. Malik Foster. He was the last JPL player that I saw. Did a little something in the national setup. Gave some creditable performances in my humble opinion. Before Malik Foster, the last player that I really saw made an impact, upon being placed in the national setup, the last JPL player was Kemar Lawrence, right? And we all saw how that turned out. Schaefer gave him his break, and he grabbed it with both hands. See? I am not the most excited about JPL players representing the national team, right? I just think it's a grand waste of time, right? I think that occasionally the best of the lot, can be given a one or two places in the team, and see if they can, grab the opportunity when it presents itself. But in terms of the whole entire squad being filled with JPL players, it's just a waste of time. It doesn't make sense to me. 9 out of 10 times they don't perform well, right? I mean, even if they do show something, it's not much. I don't understand how the federation feels as though, I mean, to be fair, them can get a transfer to Vietnam and play professional football and make a decent cheddar. But no, it's just depressing. It's just because it doesn't do the reputation of the national team justice, right? When you Google Jamaica national football team results and you see a string of bad results, right? They what it was, a 3-0 loss to Morocco, those kind of results where it's not the best national team on showcase, and it just doesn't look good for the national team. It doesn't market the national program, because for people who are not familiar with the national program, they're not saying, oh, you know, when they look at the results, when they Google the Jamaica national football team, they see the results. They're not looking at the lineups and saying, but wait, this isn't a strong Jamaica team. They probably don't even know. They just say Morocco 3, Jamaica 0. And say, wait, a bug side this. You get what I say? So I don't know. I mean, the federation will continue to do what they want to do. 99.999% of these players will not feature in Jaime Hal Grimson's plans going forward, right? I mean, I saw some indication of Hal Grimson already having an idea of the quality or the respective quality within the ranks by virtue of not starting a Lambert, for instance, at the CDM position and not bringing him on when Ravel and DJ wasn't, firing off all cylinders and would have been tiring, not bringing him on even in response to the substitution of a Messi who really started to cause problems in that central zone, right? Because him knows say as bad as Ravel and DJ was doing, Lambert was gonna come on and more than likely do worse, right? So, he's a smart coach, smart enough to eventually realize soon enough that JPL players not gonna really cut it.
No, it's interesting, and that's why I wanted to just dive right into that topic of conversation, because I just don't understand it. I don't think many can disagree with some of the points that you've listed out. Again, people, football is a game of opinions. You don't have to agree with anything that we have to say, just like how we don't have to agree with what you guys are saying in the comment section if you're just silently listening at home. I just kind of see, and no disrespect to the players, but I think we're always complaining about being strapped financially. And here we are again, within the matter of months. Just the other day, we're in Austria, apparently for the same reason, to scope out players for the senior men's national team. And here we are again, round 2 for Cameroon. And you know what, Formula? It reminded me of this moment that we spoke about some months back. It just reminded me of this moment. You can see it, right? The Uruguay, the game that was cancelled, right? And for the love of me, I was saying at the time, guys, like, it just don't make sense. Between Nations League, why would you sandwich in a game against Uruguay? If anything, you kind of make us look like a bit of a laughing stock. It just goes to show just how unorganized we are behind the scenes. Nowhere on this planet have I ever seen a country, even a country that's not that great when it comes to doing business and so forth. I've never seen any country, be in the women's game or in the men's game, schedule or pencil in a friendly between a competitive match. Who were they planning on sending? I don't know. Maybe they're planning on sending the D team, because there's no way you was going to give that opportunity to your A team, because they're prioritized at the moment. So again, this for me is another opportunity where it's kind of similar to the Argentine game, where the gaffer said that he would not have made Argentina his first match. It's a little bit unfair on his behalf, and fair play to the gaffer and also to the players. They held their own and they did their nation proud. They didn't drop their heads. It was a result that all of us, unless you're extremely miserable, can live with. You can live with being defeated 3-0 against the third best ranked team in the world at the moment. So you can surely live with that. But this again, this game that we've got coming up against Cameroon, I'm just kind of scratching my head and saying, why? If it's solely for the possibility of scoping out players for the national team, that's what the scouts are there for. Unless we're saying we don't have scouts. That's what your scouts are there for. You don't need to pack up your B team, your C team, your D team and send them to another part of the country just to see if they have what it takes to play in the national team or set up trials. So it kind of makes me wonder. I'm sat here and I'm thinking, who's actually who's in charge of the finances behind the scenes? Because you're having a blunder. I'm not saying I'm against playing against the likes of Morocco or Ghana or Cameroon. I love that because I've always said, we need to build relationship with African nations, but don't squander your opportunity. Don't waste your opportunity for the sake of, like formula saying, argument's sake, putting players in the shop window. Utilize these opportunities. You should be having the first team players going head to head against Cameroon. And from there we crack on and we build that relationship that we want with the African nations, because Africa is where it's at. Africa is the future. If you're looking at economy and growth and development, Africa is where it's at. So we should be looking to grow and develop and hopefully capitalizing of our relationship with them. But it's just a bit of a joke at the moment. Like, you're going to be sending a D team or a W team all the way to Africa to play against Samuel Eto'o's Cameroon? Like, come on. And then you will turn around and you will say that you don't have enough finances to give the Reggae Girls a friendly when the Reggae Girls are trying to prepare themselves for a World Cup. It's just like you can't just be so barefaced with it. If you're going to be barefaced, don't actually be barefaced because it's a bad job, but at least try to pretty things up. At least try to pretty things up, because some of the decision making is it's ludicrous. It does not make no sense to me. I'm glad that we have a friendly in the diary. It's great for the JPL players, but at the end of the day, I just feel like that is a waste of an opportunity.
Is it though? Is it great for the JPL players? I
It's
guess
great. It's great.
if they get a move to Vietnam, it's better than the JPL. To be fair.
Yeah, it's fantastic in terms of, one, the exposure and being able to travel overseas to represent your country, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Whether it's the B team, C team, your E team, W team, at the end of the day, you can say on your profile you've traveled to Africa to play against Cameroon for your country. That's just what it is. Whether you manage to get something good out of it, only Lord knows what will happen in the future, because I don't. But I just think that it's an incredible opportunity for people in Cameroon, for people in Jamaica, for both sets of communities across the diaspora to really, take this game as something to energize a bit of pride, instill a bit of pride in our diaspora community. But people, like you said, they will look at the list and say, oh, you lost against Morocco 3-0. And unless you know Jamaica and know the Reggae Boys, you're going to assume that that was a team when it wasn't. And you're looking and saying, oh, they drew 1-1 against Qatar. But you can't keep on squandering these opportunities. These are the opportunities that should be there for your A team. This is an A-class opportunity, so you give it to your A team. And the reason why it irks me is because we do decisions as such, and then we turn around and you look across to the women's game. You've got England that's making an announcement with their friendlies and so on. USA making an announcement with their friendlies, two countries who will be contending for the World Cup. And then you're scratching your heads with the Reggae Girls thinking, why don't we have a friendly? How is it with the Reggae Boys? They can have a friendlies, back-to-back friendlies, it seems, but the Reggae Girls who are preparing to create further history are left in the dark. It's stuff like that that truly irks me, Formula, because it just don't make sense. If you're going to be talking about wanting to play against Cameroon, hello, knock on their door and say, "Oh, your women's team available?" You should have made it a double header then. You should have just gone and made it a double header if it was feasible. So the Reggae Girls, the senior Reggae Girls, taking on Cameroon, and then followed by that the B team or the C team of the Reggae Boys play Cameroon. But don't keep on squandering money and then turn around and tell us barefaced lies that you don't have the finances to give the girls what they want, because it's disrespectful.
I mean, look, for instance, Morocco in that game, that you're seeing on screen, you see it says Morocco A, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, it doesn't say Jamaica A now, it says Morocco A though, but it says Morocco A versus Jamaica. Now,
Yeah.
because that Moroccan team is actually a Moroccan team that if I'm not mistaken, is a because all right, African countries, a lot of them have a situation like that where they have the like for instance the Moroccan team and then Morocco A, which is a team that usually plays in a tournament called the Chan tournament. It's an African championship, but it's comprised only of the local based players of African countries. So for instance, the Morocco team, the Morocco A team comprised mostly of not mostly comprised entirely of players who play in Morocco. Now other national countries around the world can afford to do that. Why? Because their local talent is at a level where, even if it's not comparable to their senior team, right? It is at a level that they won't be embarrassed when the team plays. One, we don't have a Jamaica A team, right? It is under the guise of the national team. And two, games that just packing up the team with a bunch of JPL players. That look, I don't mean to be disrespectful to the JPL players, but them just not ready. They will look. I shouldn't say they will never be ready, but them not going to be ready for now. The system has failed them, right? I'm not knocking their talent, right? It's not them talent, me knock, right? The fact of the matter is the system has failed them and they're not properly developed. How many times is the JPL player, right, take the field of play and bust in a 20 minutes? Right? We have seen that before.
You've touched on something important. I'm sorry to cut you off, Formula. Continue, please.
No man, got you.
You've touched, whilst you were saying that, all I can think of is who's in charge of the purse strings with the Jamaica Football Federation, because there seems to be some hidden motives there. That what do you have to gain by giving us a friendly against Cameroon outside of a FIFA window?
The federation needs money. The federation needs money. That's just the plain
Formula,
truth.
this isn't even the right way to generate money. It's not even a sustainable way.
They need it anyways how them can get it. I mean, look, more than likely, it is looking as if, and even the president alluded to it, that more than likely we will not be able to assemble our strongest squad, right? And more than likely the opposition won't be able to do so either. The problem is that even if it's a Cameroon team comprised entirely of Cameroon-based players, there are 9 out of 10 chances going to be levels above our JPL players, and that's just the sad truth.
Yeah,
that's just the sad truth.
Yeah, it's crazy. Again, don't get us wrong if you're listening to us. We're happy for a friendly, but hello, the Reggae Girls are preparing for a World Cup. It would have been great if you could have just said, let's make it a double header. Let's make it Reggae Girls for the earlier kickoff, and then followed by the Reggae Boys, or the Reggae Boys open up the game followed by the Reggae Girls.
Let's give the federation the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
That they will be able to get some friendlies for the Reggae Girls before the World Cup. I mean,
but
if
Formula,
they can't do that, then what purpose them serve?
Formula, there's an international break coming up shortly in the October window, Yeah, so between the 7th and the 11th. And for me,
for the girls.
Yeah, for the women, that is your international window, and there's 2 games there to capitalize on. So for me, if there's
it's exactly. Almost October.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see? It's again, I don't want to be sounding like a negative Nancy, but it's just, yes, you can be happy, but whilst you're happy, for me, it's just that on the flip side, it's like,
So wait, how how the JFF can't get friendlies for a World Cup
That's what
bound
I'm saying. That's
reggae
what
girl?
I'm saying. That it truly irks me, and I'm not gonna be one to like sit in front of the camera with you guys and just hide how I'm feeling because, again, I'm happy for the men's team, but hello, the girls are trying to prepare for a World Cup.
But then I'm in a sense. I mean, you're telling me that not even. I mean, look at Dam Rep just over there who gave us a good little run for money in the first round. Not even for shout them up and say, boy, you can just skip cross, come over here, so come or hop on a flight from Miami because none of them, the Dam Rep girls are based in the US. And or even we got to the US to play them like
So the US,
uh,
funny enough, the USA have got a game on the 7th of October against England. And then England are playing against Czech Republic on the 11th. Canada, again, another team from our neck of the woods. They've got 2 games to be decided, one against Argentina, one against Morocco. But at least they've penciled something in there. We've not penciled in nothing. We have not penciled in a thing. So for
not
me,
even Bermuda.
or Haiti.
No,
Anything.
I mean it is not a bad team.
Exactly. You're gonna knock leather
Not a
against
bad,
me.
it's certainly a team that next
That's why
World
I'm
Cup
saying to you
cycle,
that. That's what I'm saying to you,
will cause
Falkland.
problem.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying to you. Like when you said what you said, all I can think of is like who's in charge of the purse strings behind the scenes, because you need to have a real long look at yourself because you're squandering opportunities left, right, and center in such a pivotal moment for the women's program. For me to not get a friendly in October is just, that's a disaster class. And I look at that formula and I just say to myself, you're 2 less games prepared than your competitors.
No,
It's
you're spot
simple.
on. No,
Simple.
you're spot on. That's the only way to look at it.
You can't look at
The
it no other way.
CONCACAF, CONCACAF is the second toughest confederation, arguably the first. I mean, probably not the first from a depth standpoint, but two of the 2 big powerhouses in women's football, are in our zone, and you would think that a team that qualifies to the World Cup from CONCACAF where women's football is concerned would get would have enough clout to be able to attract you know quality games in the
Yeah,
build up to a World Cup. That
yeah,
I feel I'm concerned about the girls program, right? I mean, I have not made any secret of the fact that I'm not the biggest fan of the of Lauren Danielson. I don't think he's a poor coach, but I don't think he's a good coach either. Right? In terms of, I don't think he's good enough to be able to maximize the full potential of this Reggae Girls team. I mean, whenever we came up against, I mean, I know it's the US and I know it's Canada, but the US could have easily beaten us 10-0. The US in 10 goals better than us. And yes, to be fair, it was what his second game in charge, but even the Canada game was what, the 4th game in charge, and the Canada game was the same thing. It could have ended very, very badly. If memory serves me right, we lost the game 3-0. It could have been far more. They ran over us, right? It could have been 6 or 7, and to be honest, I don't think that Canada team is 6 or 7 goals better than us either.
mm-hmm.
I just, from a tactical standpoint, I don't think he has the tactical nose to be able to the requisite tactical nose to be able to get the best out of that girls team, right? I think he's an archaic, and I think he's a dinosaur, right? Okay, he will have the girls going out there, fighting, that sort of a thing, trying to scrap out a result, that sort of a thing. But from a tactical standpoint, I think him of it. So I am very concerned about this girls team because I think that they are a proper team, a team that can go to the World Cup and have a good little run and make some noise at the World Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it, I mean, federation, administration, coaching, if all of that don't line up, then the girls will maximize their full potential.
100% formula, 100%. And they, like I said, there's no other way to look at this, no other way that we can look at it. It's not as if we're shorter countries. There's so many countries out there that we can go ahead and knock on their door and say, we want a friendly. And it could have just done something, although I'm against it, you could have done what you did against South Korea. So repeat the fixture. So, for example, if you're playing against Haiti, make it that you play against Haiti twice. Just don't leave the girls sat at home looking at their four walls whilst their potential competitors are readying themselves, sharpening their knives, sharpening their spades for the World Cup. Because we're lagging at the moment. We're lacking at the moment. We're behind our competitors. And this is why I'm saying that, who is in charge, who's calling the shots here, because you are just, I don't even want to say it. You're doing a poor job, to put it politely, because you could have simplified things by saying, let's just go with a header. Let's just go with double headers. Women's team taking on whoever, women's team taking on Cameroon, men's team take on Cameroon, the men's team open up the day for us, the day's event, and the women's team close it off. It's so simple. But it's interesting to see that when these decisions are made, it kind of gives us an indication of where priorities lie, whether people want to admit it or not, because something should have been announced by now. When is October the 7th, a matter of fact? When is October the 7th? Today's,
9 days from now.
and still you don't know a
Almost
single
8
thing.
games.
We don't know a single thing. And it's disruptive. It adds to disruption as well, formula. Because when you think about it, how do you expect the likes of your Sade and your Kiki and your Brown to maximize their potential whilst they are studying, when they potentially are looking and thinking, well, where's my rota or where's my itinerary for my national side? How do you pull them out of class like that? Are you going to tell them 4 days before they're due to fly that, oh, by the way, we're going to need you for the national team? So you're disrupting their studies as well. It's unbalanced and it's unhealthy.
I see one done MUSC 45 say the JFF don't care about the women's team. It would be silly of them not to, because it's the only team that's bringing them any joy and any credibility right now. The fact of the matter is, anytime anybody look at the president and say your administration is a poor administration, the first thing him jump to is that, oh, the Reggae Girls have qualified for another World Cup under my tenure. So it would be silly if if they don't care about women's football. That wouldn't make any sense. And I agree, Roderick. The girls need the practice games no more than the boys.
100%.
That's
100%.
that goes without saying. That's common sense.
100%. Your World Cup formula.
Mm-hmm.
Big
By the
old
way,
World Cup.
when is the draw for the group gonna take place?
It's next month, 22nd of next month.
Man, the last time a group draw take place involving Reggae Girls, man, my heart sinking, man. Right? Thankfully we made it out, but I hope, I never go through that again, because it wasn't a pleasant experience the last time a group draw took place and the Reggae Girls were involved, because when we see the Mexico and the US and the Haiti, it was literally the toughest group we could have gotten possibly. Seriously.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So yeah, saddened by that. Happy for the guys, but just saddened by the fact that it just appear, because of the timing in mind, it appears that we won't have a friendly for the October window with everybody else having friendlies. So yeah, it's not a good look, and it can't be a case of I don't know, they probably flip the script and say, well, the girls have had a busy season. They probably need a break. No, they don't. You ask the girls, what do you want? Do you want to be in camp or do you want a holiday? They're going to tell you they want to be in camp because they know that the likes of Canada, USA, England, the whole
Mm-hmm.
lot, all those
Yeah.
countries are in camp. So they don't fancy a holiday. They don't want no holiday. They want to be in camp. But that would
Yeah.
be one of the
Yeah.
things that people use excuses, these little fabricated excuses and come out with nonsense and say stuff like, oh, well, it's an opportunity for the girls to take a break. You take a break. Don't tell the girls to take a break.
Yo, I was saying that I did a video the other day when the JFF was asking for what was talking about, you know, improving the relationship with the fan base, and basically saying that one of the things they were looking at was hosting games here and in Jamaica, and if they were to do that, they would have to, you know, raise the gate receipts, or they not raise the price of admission, right? And I was saying that the JFF wants everybody to raise their game, right? Except them, everybody, right? So the in the article, my crickets was saying that we want more support from corporate Jamaica. We need corporate Jamaica needs to come on board, right? The fans need to pay more, right? Everybody need to raise them game, but all the stakeholders need to raise them game except the JFF. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right. By the way, hold on. I haven't heard your thoughts on the game last night.
I know I was going to I'm gonna talk about the game, guys. I'm
Because
sorry about that.
I was doing my watch along, so
Yeah. I'm gonna give you my thoughts. Yeah, guys. It only made sense to bring the girls into the conversation because the topic is right in front of us. Guys are being gifted friendlies left, right, and center. I don't know. Maybe they're going to Qatar. I don't know. Maybe they're a surprise team. I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe something that I don't know about. I don't watch YouTube every single day. Money in the bank. I don't.
yeah,
But yeah.
that's a good joke, Krista. That's a
No,
good
but it's
one.
true. Maybe there's
Krista, so
something
maybe
that we
they're a
don't know.
surprise team.
Maybe we don't know. Sports is changing these days, so maybe that is the new format. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but yeah, they need to pull their socks up, and I'm not gonna change my tune. My tune has been the same since the last World Cup cycle, and every time I see something that don't add up, don't make sense, I'm going to speak on it. Again, these are just our opinions, so don't try to hold them against us. When you see us in public, that is.
By the way,
Yeah.
sorry, Krista. By the way, before I forget, it was very interesting to hear my crickets try to dissect that Argentina game.
Yeah, what did you make of it?
When says something along the lines of it was a difficult first 10 or so minutes,
I
but
can
we event.
say it again if you want me to.
What game was he watching? The first 10 or so minutes was one of the better periods of the game for the Reggae Boys. So it was very interesting. I mean, my crickets just stick to the administrative issues at that. See,
Mr. Ricket.
the football analysis thing. It was
Bless him.
interesting.
He's trying to get closer to the fan base. So I think that's probably it. Bless him. At least he's trying. We can't knock him
No,
for trying.
when I heard him going off into that direction, my ears kind of come and say, "What? Let me hear Ricky's officer about the game." No, no, boss. Stick to the admin
The
issue.
rickets. But yes, we're going to get into the conversation, the topic of tonight's actual conversation. Let me bring it up for you. Argentina versus Jamaica, the match review. Apologies, I did change the subject temporarily, of course. And yes, the phone lines is open. Let me just check something quickly. So if you guys want to phone in, you are more than welcome to go ahead and do so, to talk to myself and Formula as well. Um, and if you want to join the show, then please do let me know. I'm gonna drop the link. I can drop the link in the comment section for you. And then you guys can come on the show with us, but please do read the room. So just follow the guidelines. So no swearing whatsoever. And yeah, just keep a couple of your unwanted opinions with regards to the players or the Football Federation or me or maybe my special guest to yourself and to the guys in the comment section as well, because neither one of us wants to hear it, to be honest with you. So yeah, let me go on with the review. You said, what do I think of the game? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'm curious to hear your thoughts because I haven't heard your thoughts on the game just yet.
I thought it was a good game. I thought it was a good game for us. Much better than I initially anticipated. Given the short turnaround, given the fact that we only had 2 training sessions with the team. The gaffer said he wanted to see unity, wanted power, and he wanted us to play as a unit. I think there was periods in the match that you could probably see what he was trying to string up. Quite pleased with a few of the individual performances with what I saw of a couple of the players out there on the field. So I don't have nothing to complain about. One positive for us, major positive, is thank God that Messi was apparently ill, rumored ill, reportedly ill. And he only came on in the second half because yeah, he probably would have.
Thank God he never start the game, eh?
I'm telling you, he would have had more goals. So thankfully he didn't start the game. So yeah, that was good. Good show for performance, I think, from our boys. But yeah, I still think that we need to work on our defense, our back line, the same back line that I was telling you about on your channel, Formula. We got to work on the back line. Good to see Blakey. I think this is for a long time coming now as it relates to international football. This is the most vocal I've seen him. I don't know if that is the instructions there from the gaffer, but he was more vocal than before.
That's a very good point, Crystal. That's a very good observation. You're right. That's a very good observation. You're spot on. Very good.
Yeah, and I liked it because this is what you want from Blakey. I looked at that game and I thought, this is the Blakey that we know. Like, this is him. Like, this is him in his element. And he just looked at ease, irrespective of 3 goals flying past him. He just looked like the original Blakey that we know, not what we've seen in recent years, which is weird saying that.
I did a video, because I said I did a video when the comments came about with him saying, new coach, same federation, blah blah blah. And in the video I said that in recent times I have been getting the vibe he's cutting a frustrated figure, Andre Blake. Like you can see it in his body language, on and off the pitch, interviews, that sort of a thing. You can see that he is like him there, but him not really there. He might go through the motions. It's like Jaja. Like another game, me have to go out there, me have to go keep. Seeing him not seem to have that pep in him step, so to speak. And to be fair, and a very good observation, because to be fair, Crystal, it did seem as if he was re-energized to some extent. I don't know if it was because of I don't know if it was because of the magnitude of the occasion,
Could be a
eyes of the
change of
world.
environment because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But sometimes when you're in a toxic situation, it brings out the worst in you. And someone can come through the door, put their arms around you, and all of a sudden you start to feel good again. It looked like a brand new man. I don't know how he's feeling mentally, but he just looked like a brand new man, like the old Blakey that we all know and love. Think you're on mute, Formula.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell just happened. I can't even describe it. Anyways, I think I am here. I think so. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened. No, yeah. No, I agree. 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
Crystal,
yes, sir.
I see a comment in the comment section from Roderick. Him say, hold on. Me do something. Hold on. What the hell me do to that screen, man? Crap. Alright, I think I fix it back now. Alright, so I can see the full screen now. Tallawah 25 minutes and he scored 2. Can you imagine the full 90? How many minutes This all the statistics side saying Messi came on in the 56th minute.
You want to
Did
see
he?
when he came on?
Yeah, because it never come on in the 56th minute.
Yeah, man. At them time, them did come on. 50, 56, 50 something minutes, him did come on.
It
Definitely.
never feel like he was on the pitch for that
No,
long.
man, he did. He did. Where's Messi? Where's Messi? Yeah, there he is. 56. Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
It kinda took him a little while to get going though. He was on the pitch for a little while and then he just sort of exploded.
yeah, yeah.
Crazy. Messi is, when I was watching the game yesterday and I saw Messi, from a technical standpoint, he not only look superior to everyone on our team, but he just like you could just see the gap between himself and even his teammates. Right, and we're talking about Argentina national team with world-class players like Tallawah, Martinez, or the other players, top quality players that they have in their team. I mean, it's just a special talent, man. Probably the most technically gifted player probably that I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho is probably the most skilled player I've ever
And
seen.
that is an icon. He's just
Yeah,
when that
but
guy was playing, he did things that made your mouth drop.
yeah, but Messi I think Messi, even though Ronaldinho is the most skilled I've ever seen, I think Messi is the most technically gifted I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. But yeah, thank God he only came on in the second half. So yeah.
And you know what's so crazy? The weakest part of our setup was that central zone, that central channel, right? With from a defensive standpoint with DJ and Ravel. So imagine him running because he was operating in that central channel for the majority of his time on the pitch. Imagine him pulling the strings and dictating things and controlling things in that central zone for the entire 90. Ravel and DJ, I mean, they were lost defensively for the entire game, but they would have been in complete no man's land if Messi was on the pitch from start to finish. Crazy, man.
Yeah, that guy is he's just out. He's not even from this planet. He's from a different planet. But what do you make of Brown and Bell?
I think Bell had a pretty decent showing as best as he possibly could. I mean, obviously, from an attacking standpoint, it would have been difficult going forward. He did have some moments though where he made 1 and 2 runs. Right, I'm a fan of Bell, I have a lot of time for Amari Bell. I think he's the best left back that Jamaica has available to us right now. I think he's better than Greg Lay, and I think he's better than Kemar Taxelar, and certainly proven at a higher level. And I think that on both sides of the football, right, he is a respectable player, and a player I believe has the potential to possibly be able to even play at a higher level.
Yeah.
Right? The potential, I think, is, I wouldn't be surprised if he made a move to the Premier League and, held his own, right? Not saying he can or he will, but I wouldn't be surprised, and unfortunately, Luton Town would have fell just short in the end last season, even though, to be fair, they would have been a one-season club, right? They don't have the resources to stay up in the Prem, but, so yeah, from Brown, Brown has been under heavy criticism in recent times. His performances, have left a bit to be desired, especially in the Nations League. I'm always a staunch defender of the player. I think he's the best right back available to us right now. Some disagree, can't understand why, but from a defensive standpoint, I think he did reasonably well, relatively speaking, given the circumstances. From an offensive standpoint, though, I would have liked to have seen more from Javier Brown. Gave away the ball and especially there were some promising attacks, right, or some promising periods of possession where he would have given the ball away cheaply, right? And I just wanted to see more from an offensive standpoint from him personally. So I don't think I think he performed relatively well also given the circumstances, especially defensively. But I would have liked to have seen him done. Just from an offensive standpoint, just a bit too many careless turnovers for my liking.
Yeah. Just going through the comment section. I don't know if there's anything there that you want me to bring up. By the way, big up you guys there in the comment section again before I forget my manners. I've dropped the link to the live stream if you guys want to join myself and Formula. You're more than welcome to. If you want to do the usual and call in, that's always an option for you guys as well.
That's a good comment here, Nero. That's you're spot on. By the way, that picture that you have on your profile thing, I wouldn't mind a picture like that as a backdrop on my stream, you know. No. It kind of it look nice. Anyways, no, but that's a proper comment, Theo Nero. You know that, and you hit the nail on the head. X factor, really and truly, because as you said, we were competing. We really and truly were competing, and then it took Messi a while. I mean, you saw sparks of it, but then he really just took control, man, and started to control and dictate, and it was very difficult to it was a strain. It was almost as if everyone was just standing and just watching greatness unfold and just admiring greatness unfold more than actually trying to do something about said
in
greatness.
HD.
Yeah, I mean, if spectators running onto the pitch
It's outrageous.
crying, that was just it was. I think it got to a stage where even the reggae boys was like, yo, just in the middle of the game, like, yo, the brother, yeah, film thing not normal, man. I mean, I wish I could have three spectators run on, pitch invaders run on, hugging me and crying and a ball. I wish I could have that. Like, it's almost as if they were caught up in the moment, so to speak.
Yeah.
Of just that whole moment. Messi's performance, the reaction of the crowd, to when he came on and while he was doing his thing, his respective touches, pitch invaders, that sort of a thing. It was just a celebration of greatness. It was just that's the best way of put it, man.
the,
Jesus.
the man is just out of this world, and seeing the reaction. I don't like the fact of I don't like pitch invaders. I'm not a fan of pitch invaders because I just see it as so dangerous. Like they need
Yeah.
they need to put some severe bans on that, because is it going to take something drastic for people to put their feet down? You need to take some this you just need to take some stern action against these pitch invaders, because it could turn south. It could go left one of these days, Formula. God forbid, but you never know. And people are crazy. When it comes to, like, say for example, there's some crazy nutcases in
Yeah.
the world. If you people who are into their putting money on the table, and people put money on the table and lose their house, and in their eyes they lost it because of you, not because of their stupidity to put their money, their home on the line. Next thing you know, they're running onto the pitch. You're thinking they want to hug you, and they probably harm you. So they need to tighten up that security. Stewards probably not going to put their life on the line, and why should they? But you got to tighten up your security. Yeah, it's not something I like. I don't like pitch invaders. They frighten me a little bit.
Yeah, and I think no, you're spot on, and I think that there are people who are so crazy that they will be in awe of Lionel Messi and still come on the pitch and try to harm him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Go through.
No. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so But one of the times though, me personally, Crystal, me never even vex me did Ben. One of the time when one of the pitch invaders came onto the pitch, it was a promising attack for the Reggae Boys, right? With space at disorganized Argentina and space to exploit. Seen? And
Yeah.
the game had to be halted. Yo, me say me, I was fit to be tied, man. Yo, me say me bend, me bend, me bend, me bend, me bend, me bend. But by the way, one of the things that just came up in my mind was, I think it was, I think it was it was Adrian Mariappa who made the challenge and Messi to give away the free kick.
You know, I don't want to lie. I can't remember. I don't want to tell a lie on him.
Whoever it was that made the challenge is
Yeah.
almost as if he was noticing the spectacle and
Yeah.
noticing that the Reggae Boys were just in awe of the greatness of this moment, and the man just get vexed and say, "Yo, no, take out the man, and cut the crap." That's the
Probably.
impact of players like that, man. Crazy.
Probably.
I don't remember who made the tackle though. If
It probably, yeah. I
guys,
mean, the guys in the comment section should know.
yeah, it was who again? It was Mariappa, it was Ravel. One of them. One of them.
I think if it was Ravel, I would have known because I kept my eyes on him just in case. I'm thinking, please don't get yourself sent off. So I was watching him closely just in case he did something irrational. So I don't think it was Morrison, if my memory serves me well.
Yeah, they're saying in the comments, Hot Chili and Jason Goon are saying it was Mariappa. Yeah,
Yeah.
KS Sports TV say Mariappa. But Roderick say Low made the tackle. No, Roderick say Low made a tackle.
Oh, made a tackle. Yeah.
Our midfield needs Jacob Ramsey. I hope our coach will go to the UK. I mean, good luck trying to get Jacob Ramsey on board. Good luck. I mean, our midfield needs a lot of things. I mean, is one thing to say the midfield. You act as if Jacob Ramsey is, like for instance, it's one thing to say our midfield needs Tyreek Magee. He's only a phone call away, right? Jacob Ramsey is a little bit more than a phone call away. Right? Sitting down, begging, pleading, convincing this boy to come and sign up to play for us.
Yeah, we gotta be persuasive with him.
Getting documents. I mean, we all know that when it comes to getting documents in a man, I mean, it is an extremely difficult thing to do, right?
Yeah.
The JFF has shown that over the years. I mean, it's the most difficult thing in the world to do, right? Something that can take a matter of weeks for the JFF has in some cases taken years. So, he's a little bit more than a phone call away. Patrick Holness.
Yeah. There's a question there for you on the screen, Formula.
Formula, what do you think about Ravel at centre back? What? Formula, what do you what? WD Wizard, what the blouse and skirts are asked me, Bridget? Formula, what do you think about Ravel at centre back? He will control the game well. Which Ravel? Ravel Morrison? Is there a centre back available to the record by his name, Ravel? I want Ravel, I know about boss. I don't know. I don't think of the same player we are talking about. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know. No, Wizard. Ravel don't need to play at centre back to control the game, Wizard. No, I mean he can be a number 8, a deeper line playmaker. He can play in the pivot and control the game. I personally think Ravel's best position is actually as an attacking midfielder. I think we need him to be a deeper line pivot player because he's the only person in the game. To be fair to Wizard, he's the only player in our team that can control a game.
Yeah.
In terms of from the standpoint of being a controller, like a Marco Verratti or what we even saw Messi did in the latter stages of the game yesterday, controlling the game, doing little give and goes, breaking the lines, making the pass, moving into space, receiving it, that sort of a thing. From the standpoint of being a controller, he's really the only one, especially from a deeper line standpoint. He's the only one that can do that. So, but no, Rodri. I mean, I get your point, but I see a point. All right. So, what Roderick is basically saying, like, even we have seen where, like, the deeper line player, and we even saw it for Derby County. I think this is what he's referring to. Probably not as an out and out centre back. I kind of see his point now when I think about it. Like, for instance, like we have seen like pivot players drop into the back two, in between the back two, that sort of a thing. I mean, it probably couldn't work with Ravel because
No, he's not that type of player, is he? You need
yeah,
further up the pitch.
yeah, if for instance we were supposed to turn over possession of the football, to have Ravel in the back line is not an ideal. It's more applicable to players who are probably more defensive minded but also have very good technical ability on the ball. Who can, who are central defensive midfielders who, do possess the capabilities of controlling a game from deeper positions on the pitch. So I get you to some extent, but no, certainly definitely not as an out and out centre back, and certainly not as a makeshift centre back.
Sorry about that for a minute. I had to take a phone call. I was listening to
Yeah,
you
man.
whilst you speak. I have a caller on the line. So let's just see what he has to say. KS Sports TV. Can you hear us?
Yes, man, I can hear you.
How you doing? How's your evening going?
My evening is going well enough. Just watching your program and thing.
Yeah?
Family, pick up yourself.
Yeah, man, big up, bro. Big up, bro.
Yes.
What do you make of what's been said so far?
The reason why I call still, is because Ravel. I wouldn't like Ravel at centre back, none at all. For me, he has to play in the midfield. I understand the point that the person is trying to make, but Ravel, for me, no, definitely midfield.
Yeah.
And for last night game though, I think the team was organized defensively well, but when Messi came on in that short period of time, the whole thing just changed because we were competing with the Argentina team. We were competing with them, but Messi just come on and change the game totally.
100%.
But otherwise from that, everything was okay.
Okay. So you're proud of the boys' overall performance, then?
Yeah, and one thing I see from the coach, how should I put this now? Previous coaches, the coach have a notebook, like you write down things in a notebook when you see I go wrong in a notebook, and then in try to implement it to the players them out on the field, and I like that.
Yeah. So he was being analytical from the sidelines.
And I like that.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Now
so
continue.
Hopefully going forward, we get the defensive side of the things right, and and we can express ourselves in the forward part so that we can try and score more goals and see what going from there.
100%, 100%. I don't disagree with that. Formula, do you want to chime in?
No, I was just interested in hearing more of his thoughts on Hal Grimson and how he managed the game. What do you think about that?
Well, it was, I think it was the second half I catch now. We didn't catch the whole thing.
Oh, you never see the first half. Oh, okay.
No.
So you definitely think highly of Al Grimson then, because we were better in what you saw. We were better in the second half than the first.
Yeah.
Okay. What's before you go? What's your channel about? Is that a sports channel? It says KS Sports TV.
Yes, of course. I'm just trying to sorting it out. No, we're not finished sorting it out yet.
Okay, what are you going to talk about?
Same football.
Mm-hmm.
Any sporting activities surrounding the Jamaican team and so forth.
Okay. Well, best of luck with your brand, and I hope it works out as a success for you.
Yeah, no problem.
And thank you for calling in. If you want any advice on how to get started or whatever, then get in touch and I'll try and run some ideas by you.
Okay, no problem. I will.
All right.
Pick up all the commenters.
Yeah. Is this how it
evening.
is? How do we find you on socials? Is it KSSPRTS?
No. I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
Kemal Benzema Smith. Yeah.
Well, you can drop it in the comment section, and I'll bring it up on screen so people can subscribe or follow your channel.
Okay, no problem.
All right, then have a lovely evening. Okay.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So that is the founder of KS Sports TV, as it is on the screen. He should be giving us the name of his Instagram. Just rub my eye and it's burning. So yeah, before I forget my manners, good evening to all of you in the comment section, the usual guys there. And also, good evening to those of you who are silently watching. I don't know why you guys choose to do that, because last time I checked, I'm not a biter. I don't bite people. And if you're just tuning in, the headline reads as follows: Argentina versus Jamaica, the match review. And if you missed last night's game, well, the scoreline is right in front of you. We fell to a 3-0 defeat against Argentina. I think it's safe to say that the scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect the game itself. For the purpose of transparency, Messi came on. Yeah, it doesn't. But Messi came on in the second half. Someone says they want. Okay, well then call in. I just had a caller on the phone just now, so you're more than welcome to call in, and I'll bring you on the live stream with myself and Formula. Travi, how you? How you? Good day, good evening, Mr. CC Sports. Thank you. You're always warm with compliments.
Wait, Travis get Travi. Me get Farmy. Me no know. Travis get them.
You really want me to tell the people your nickname? Because I'm pretty sure I've given you a nickname.
You want to tell them that? Wait, hold on. I don't think it's a good idea to tell them that, because I don't see any females in the comment section, So,
that's why I'm asking if you want me
to just keep it to ourselves for now.
Right then. You see, I asked permission before releasing it. If you want him, just say that. Who is that? Who are you referring to? Who is he referring to? I don't know. You've lost me with that one. You add some clarity to what
that comment is completely out of context.
Way out of context. I have a clue who he's talking about. 1 step forward, 10 steps backwards. JFF with the next game coming up. None of these players will be available for what are they doing? Was that the match last night? Oh, lucky for some. Watching the great Messi play. That's lovely. Um, yeah, Mr. Hendricks there, you said you want to call in, so you can go ahead and call in again. For the first goal, if Leo had the back, it wouldn't score. Had run back. If Leon had run back, it wouldn't score. Second goal, second half, we needed some changes. I mean, you can give it a try. You can do. I don't know if you want to come on by the video, if you want to call in. Which one do you want? Let me go ahead and drop the link in the comment section for those of you who want to come on air. There you go. You can come and join myself in Formula. I'm considering giving you guys another stream after this. So let me know if you guys want another stream before I close off for what is now my morning. It is now, what time is it? 1:02 a.m. So if you guys want to join myself and Formula as we unwind on wrapping up this review of the Reggae Boys performance against Argentina in last night's 3-0 defeat. Just like is great, so does Messi, the GOAT himself. Is there a private joke going on between you and RJ that I'm not aware of, Formula? Because there's a few things that's just been flown over my head at the moment.
Honestly, I am lost to his conversation. I see his comments.
He's talking to himself at the moment, which I don't mind. But if he starts answering his own question, I might.
Let's see a comment from him when he say informer big up. Can't be me ma call informer. Can't be me ma call informer.
But let's say you can't be talking to big man like that. From a football fan view, all the players that scored last night, I would prefer Alvarez as a Man City player and Messi as the GOAT. Fair play, fair play. So yeah, Theo, if you want to click on the link, you're more than welcome to, or if you want to call in, you're more than welcome to do whichever you're comfortable with. And I've got another stream coming up for you guys as well later on. So, formally, I don't know if I asked you about your standout player. Have I asked you about your standout player?
For Jamaica?
Yeah. Let's not focus on Argentina because it's just ridiculous. Third best.
Standout player for Jamaica. That's an interesting comment. That's an interesting question. Standout player. Standout player. I think Leon Bailey had a pretty decent game, relatively speaking. And probably some might disagree, but I think he tried his best. I think Bell is a good shot as well to Travis and Wayne, to be fair. Yeah, Bell, you could have, yeah, Bell. I think Damian Lowe would have had a very good game if it wasn't for his mistake on the first goal.
Yeah.
I think he was very poor on that first goal, man. Very poor.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, I think he had a stellar game. Yeah, I think those are the only three. I think Andre Blake's distribution was superb in last night's game.
Yeah.
One of the best from a distribution standpoint I've seen with Andre Blake in the national team. However, I did think that he could have done better on some of the goals. I wasn't really pleased with his contribution on some of the goals that were conceded. So, but probably Bell. Probably Bell.
All right. I don't think many can disagree with you on that. Mr. Theo, how you, sir? How you doing?
Hold on. Go. I'm good. How you doing, Crystal? How you doing, Formula? It's been a long time since I've been on here.
Yo.
We're good. Always great to hear from you.
Yeah, but the boys, for real, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. For real, the boys them play well yesterday. You know, I'm I'm more anxious to see what this coach could do with this team longer. You know, like his tactics, I like them. I like his tactic. You know how it's like how we played on the Schaefer. You know, we were very defensive. You know, we soaked up the pressure. We hit on the counter. I think it will work. I think it will work. A little bit too under Whitmore, even though I know you got people don't really like Whitmore, but yeah, but I think it'll work. I think it'll work. We want center mids though. We need couple from England. We need a couple from England. Yeah,
Why
we
England?
do. Not because
You don't realize it, people. England is the solution to all our problems, you know.
no,
That, that,
no.
that's what we're
Here,
like.
here,
England, like not even sourcing players from England, just England. England is the solution to it.
hear me, I say no. Hear me, I say no. The championship boys, them especially. Remember, I was one of the guys like, oh, we don't really need England until I saw Anthony Grant and what he did. He played in League One, man, and he came and he changed the team. Imagine if we could get maybe a few decent ones to come to pair with Ravel and DJ, because Ravel and DJ, I don't think they work well together. I think they cancel each other out. Cause you see DJ, he's like he's not sure. They give him the ball, he like, oh, it's like hot potato. He's like putting the ball back. Cause I saw that a couple times. Leon Bailey knocked the ball to him, and he like, yo, do something. He knock it back. I don't know if he's scared because it's Argentina or whatever, but I'm excited still because I believe this coach could take us to the World Cup. Yeah, and I think
Early
I was one
thoughts.
of. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I was one of the first ones to point out Iceland and compare it to Jamaica. And you see how they got the Iceland coach? That's kind of deja vu, you know?
Fair
So
play. It is.
they listening, but yeah, I'm excited for what like I like Paul Hall. I like what he was doing, but I think they didn't really respect him because they did him like how they did Whitmore. You know, you a black man, they like, oh, I saw you go. You know, him just have to work with it. But you know,
Yeah.
Jamaican people stay with white people, so they have to go be on their game, basically on their job.
Yeah.
So I like this, but I'm excited though. We need center mids though. Krista,
Yes.
hit up the guys them in England. Yeah.
Seems like I've got some homework to do. I need
Crystal, I need to go from club to club, man, and start.
Yeah. We'll
Yes,
take
you
them.
It's
League
crazy
1, League
because
2 champions. You'll take them. We'll take them.
it's
No,
crazy
it's
because
serious. Yeah.
it's crazy because every time a national squad is picked, for some strange reason, we always seem to be left with Kevin Lambert. Right? I don't understand it. Like the CDM position for the reggae boys it's almost as if it's cursed. Because I mean the depth of quality isn't there. And even the few players of decent standing that we have in the position, like Kevin Stewart or Jordan Cousins or Anthony Grant or Joey Desert, there are problems with them. I mean, Kevin Stewart can't keep fit to save his damn life, right? I mean,
I
this
know that
brother,
frustrates you because you rate him so highly.
yo, I can't stop. Yo, when when love turn 8, when you're in a relationship with a girl and the love turn 8, like, yo, I'm not, but Yeah, more people are reading into that situation they wrong. See, like probably that not a good analogy to use.
Yeah,
But
yeah, man. You have to
when
watch
I
what you're saying, Jamaican.
yeah, man, all the people them come
You're not
why me.
in the
But
buckle of family.
yeah, but no, yeah,
Why
probably
for
not the
that
best
part?
analogy to use. But what me I try to say though, it just like for a player when I rate so highly, it just it just so frustrating. It's the most frustrating reggae boy I've ever encountered. Right? It's like such a good player. He's right there, eligible, passport, everything. But yet still, it's like the dog just can't play. He can't play for club. He can't play for country. I don't think we'll see Kevin Stewart make
I,
10 appearances for this national throughout his entire career.
He's got
This
brittle
brother
bones.
can't keep
I,
fit to save him
I,
damn
I
life.
think it's just bad luck. You know?
Bad luck. No,
Yeah, he
it is
probably
more than
does
bad
have
luck. There's
brittle
something wrong with him, man.
bone.
Yeah,
There's
lucky. You
there's
know what it
something wrong
reminds
with him.
me of? You remember Abu Dhabi from Arsenal?
Yeah.
Just can't stay,
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
stay fit to
Yeah,
save his life.
yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, sad.
I, I,
Cousins
he
is
was
the
a great
same thing
player
to him.
too, but
Cousins has
injuries
his
killed him.
Yeah, he was a fantastic player.
yeah.
Excellent player, just oozes with class, but injuries just got the better of him time and time again.
Cousins is of a
Mm.
similar vein as well too, you know. Cousins has his problems with injuries too.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, not the first choice for us, but better than nothing, better than Kevin Lambert.
What
Um,
what is your take of this Kevin Lambert? I heard it
um,
on your chat on your channel yesterday when I was eating my dinner. I was like, oh, this is getting a little bit fiery.
um,
I mean,
Anthony Grant doesn't have a club, right? And you know,
mm,
as much as I have a lot of time for Anthony Grant, he is limited in what he can do because of the stage of at
formula,
life where he's at currently. You know, very
formula.
elderly. Yo,
Not cutting you off, but we need to scout younger, man. We need to scout younger. Like we have enough time now. There is no excuse to not get a center mid or two.
I think
It's
that
no
was the
excuse.
reasoning behind bringing in a Russell. A Russell him name from Huddersfield.
They say he's a tackler. He's a tackler.
So I've heard. To be honest with you, I don't know much about the boy. To be honest with you, I've never. I don't think even if I've seen him play, I didn't really take notice of him because I didn't know of his eligibility.
Mm,
So
mm.
you know, hopefully, I mean he's a central midfielder from what I understand, and also a CDM.
You
Hopefully,
think
go see.
Tony? Oh, sorry. You think Tony gonna start for England, or you think he's gonna end up like my guy Niles, Nathan, was it Niles for Arsenal, right? Yeah,
Boss,
Maitland Niles?
boss,
yeah. You
one
think?
minute we are top, 1 minute we are top, but I see them the next minute to jump at Tony. I don't know if Tony will start. I hope he doesn't. I
Should
hope he
come
doesn't.
home, man. He should come home. England team curse right now, man. I used to support England heavy. Now I'm supporting the Brazilians now because something wrong, man. Something not right. That's like what's going. Like you telling me, man, them making hella money, right? And you can't be fucking hungry, bro. Hungry, bro. Come on, man. Hungry. Ain't that where Dracula live? Worth? No, that's Romania. But hungry, bro. Come on now.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what's going, bro? The English team, but my guy Sterling, he play well still, but I don't know, cause Harry Kane is England's boy, man. You know,
Yeah, golden boy.
I don't think he's gonna get dethroned, but if he backs his ability, you know, but I would like to see him in the squad too, you know. But Jamaica, I'm excited. You know, we could be the Iceland with snow, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, the giant killers like Iceland was. You
Oh, so
know?
you're this is sounding a bit like Cool Runnings. Is that what you're trying to drum up?
Yeah, man. All the way to the World Cup. You know? Imagine little Jamaica killing teams like Germany, killing teams like Portugal, killing teams like Brazil. That's the dream, you know?
Yeah, it is a dream. I think for some people, they probably listen to us and say, yes, and that's all it is, just a dream. But if it happens in my lifetime, I wouldn't be able to like control my excitement. So yeah, that
I,
would be
I
great.
sorry there, Krista. I don't want to cut you off, but Iceland coach there, I believe in him. The dentist guy, I believe in him. You have to believe. You you have to like come on now. Come on now. Iceland is smaller than Jamaica. They were able to take them to the World Cup with the players that are similar profile to us because most of them Iceland boys played in England, League One, League Two, you know, levels like that. And they were able to go to the World Cup. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely believe in him, and it's interesting. Maybe one or two things that probably rubbed him up the wrong way, based off what he said in his press conference, and maybe who
Mm,
knows? Maybe what's your take actually, Theo, on this friendly coming up against Cameroon?
I love it. I love it. Cameroon, that you saw who they lost to the other day.
Yeah, even out,
Uzbekistan.
you know it's outside of a FIFA window, right?
Oh, the friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can't get hey man, give you them a run. USL and MLS and Premier League. Give them a
Yeah.
run. Give them experience. You know, come on. Maybe some French guys that are in the crowd coming to scout Cameroonian players, they could pick up some of our guys. Give them a run. Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
room
feel
for
like
everybody.
I feel like somebody has passed Theo a brown envelope and told him to come on the channel and just say the opposite of what me and Family has said.
Mr. Speed is right here with me, you know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want that blue Benz. Yes, sir.
No,
Oh,
you're
God.
terrible. You are absolutely terrible. Um, but yeah, it's nice to see that we can have a conversation about the reggae girls. Sorry, the reggae girls, the reggae boys. I'm so used to
Mhm.
associating happiness with the reggae girls. It's good to see that we can sit and have a healthy conversation about the men's team and smile because it's been such a long while since we've done that. Maybe like you're right, Theo. It does remind me of it's early days, but it does remind me of the Winfred Schaefer days.
It's like the way he looked at the team. Cause we have very athletic players. It's crazy. You saw that run Bell did? It looked like he was 100-meter guy, man. He dust like 3 Argentinians. We just didn't have the finish right there. Imagine if he could get his hands on this team and mold it into what he wants. I think 4-5-1 would be a good formation for us when we play the harder team. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just counterattack, you know? Counterattack. I know it's not what the masses want. They want us to play like Barcelona, but I don't think we're not there yet, you know? We
Yeah.
more closer to a Ireland, I think, you know, like a Ireland or a Wales even. So we should try to play more like them.
It's the baby step stages. That's where we're at the moment, isn't it? We're just at the baby
Mhm.
step stages, and slowly we should at least get there because we've got a top coach
Yeah,
looking to guide us.
yeah, 2075, Jamaica win World Cup, you know. First Caribbean team, you know.
2000 and how much?
75.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be alive to. Would YouTube even be a thing? 2075.
Money I make, man, so you know, go away.
True. But yeah, I don't. Family probably have about 5 pick me by then. Wife, big house, picket fence,
Oh, you
swimming
mean
pool.
formula?
2074, I will not be around. I can tell you
Formula,
that.
come on, stop saying that.
That's what. That's 50 years from now.
What do you mean you're not gonna be around?
The, the advanced.
Hopefully, I'm not around at that point.
Why? Oh my God, you're so
Yeah, because I don't want to be in a situation where I have to be pushed around in a wheelchair.
no,
You don't
that
know,
won't
man.
happen if you take care of yourself.
I feel eat through a straw. And
To man,
The
so
advanced
hopefully I'm not
medicine.
around.
I'm serious.
Maybe you could buy a body like you remember that. I don't know if you guys seen that movie where the older guy was transferred into a younger guy. I forgot the name of it. It's like they had the technology. I forgot.
I thought you were talking about Big, but that's more for like a kids film.
But yeah, you don't know formula. They probably gonna have your head in a jar like Futurama, you know. You can be
Yeah, you
talking
got the
jar.
formula.
All right, yeah, you kind of lose me this.
You don't watch you didn't watch Futurama?
No, I don't know that movie.
It's a cartoon.
You
It's
can
a
check it out.
cartoon.
Oh, it's a cartoon.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
cartoon. Yeah, they
But
preserved
the
it.
head in a jar thing,
Yeah.
this that really lose me. I don't
Yeah,
want my head
put
to
your
be
head
in
in
a
the
jar.
jar, keep you alive for scientific
I'd
experiment.
rather my head stay on my body. Yeah, I'd rather
Well,
my
you
head
might
stay
be
on my
alive,
body.
formula, because 2074, isn't it? You might be alive with your kids and your wife and so on.
Hopefully not.
Daddy formula or granddad formula by then. I don't
More
know.
like great granddad formula.
Yeah. You could tell them the dark days of the reggae boys, you know, when they start to complain. Like back in my day, we wish we qualify. No much time we go up there and feel. Yeah, man. Tell them about the dark days.
Oh
I,
my
I
days, that is funny.
I feel it though. 2026 is for the taking. I feel it. We going. We going.
Yeah.
Only sad thing is that Mariappa might not be there as a player, but maybe as on the coaching staff. You know, cause he really pushed for us. He never said no. He always come. You know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's always committed to the program, but look, he can't play forever, can he? As great as he is, he's been a terrific, outstanding servant for us. Always answered the phone, never let us down. But we're not going to be able to hold on to him forever, so we just have to enjoy his final moments in our colors, because it's not going to be like that forever, you know.
We should get more English players. I'm for it. Look at even Nigeria now. Like I'm looking at Nigeria. I see Awobi. I see the youth that play for Chelsea. Even the
For me,
keeper.
you know, for me, Theo and Formula, I'm just saying, you know, if you're good enough to play, you should play. If it means that the best talent is from a particular country, then so be it. I don't think it's something that we should like be upset about. I know some certain people will be against it, some people will be for it, but if you're good enough to play, you should play. Look at the reggae girls; they're scouted from all over the globe, and it works. You know, so if that's the way forward, then so be it. My only thing is, if a player has publicly said that he wants to play for a different country and then that doesn't materialize, I've never been a fan of then the player then coming in to play for us. Never really been a fan of that, because I just kind of feel like it's sloppy seconds. You know, you're only now playing for us because whoever told you no. Never been a fan of that. But yeah, that's above me. I don't have no control over that. So as ever, when the players in our jerseys, just have to support them.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But it depends on the player though, you know? Because if Rhyme Sterling could come back, I would take him. I would take him.
Yeah, Raheem.
Sterling is a little bit different though.
Yes, a different
Sterling,
situation.
I think Sterling probably regrets not playing for Jamaica. Part of me kind of thinks that.
Really?
I don't think you can see that there's a real love and appreciation. He pays homage more to Jamaica than he does to England.
Yeah. I was told by one of the guys who coached him. I was in a discussion with one of them, and I was looking at him away, and I was just like, I don't even want to give you a warm welcome because you're the reason why Raheem don't play for us. And he started laughing, and he was saying, actually, it wasn't a case of Raheem not wanting to play for us. It was literally the coaches from an early age ushering him to play for England. So it wasn't a case of, oh, JFF approached Raheem or Raheem didn't want to play for Jamaica. It's just that's what he was encouraged to do, to play for England, and he ended up playing for England. So it's just like Formula said, he's always played tribute to his country of birth. He doesn't leave out Jamaica, even from a philanthropy standpoint. He's a philanthropist in his community, always ride for Jamaica and wave the nation flag high. So yeah, if we could go back and get a player, then I think everybody would say Raheem, bring Raheem home.
Yeah. Bring him home. But we need to be more like the girls' team with the scouting. I do agree with that.
100%.
We gotta. I know Jamaicans. We don't like to say we want to copy, but we need to copy the girls' program a little bit. Get those dual nationals in. While sending our players out. Like if you're good enough in the JPL, as soon as they figure that out, Eastern Europe for you or Scandinavia for you. No offense with Vietnam or none of them, but I've seen, man, it too easy for our players when they go over there.
Too easy, Theo. It's a walk in the park. I have to switch off from that league. Too easy. Formula, have you seen it?
Vietnam.
Oh my God, it's
I
a walk.
think in that area of the world, I think it is easy for reggae boys because even if they don't have the technical ability to match up, what really gives them the cutting edge from what I've seen is the physical attributes.
Yeah.
From a physical standpoint, the Asians don't really seem to have it, right? But when you put our players against their players, the pace and the power and the strength, it just seems to wreak havoc in their leagues, right? And especially if the player has decent technical ability to go with that, or decent relative to the level, they usually tend to do damage.
100%. 100%. So we're coming towards the end of the show, guys. Remember, I've got another stream coming up. I'm contemplating if I should give this one to you straight off the disc or if I should give it to you guys tomorrow. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to give you another live stream. I'm going to be talking about the girls, by the way. So if you guys, I've got it ready to give to you, so it's not really an issue to me. So I can just give it to you guys straight after I close off on this live stream. Or if you want me to give it to you tomorrow, then let me know. What's you guys additional comments there before we look to close off? Just line up some stuff.
2026 is possible. It's more than possible. It's gonna be a reality. We need to calm down. Let the dentist do his work, and yeah. And I also gotta say, I love the top, Crystal. It look like I like the top. I like it.
Thank you.
It's like the Asian cut. You know the Chong Li.
Yeah. Thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. Thank you.
But yeah, as I'm gonna say, we could make 2026. It's a possibility now. JFF, they need to scout better, and don't play around. Make the English players feel welcome, because we're all right. Fabula did. You want to say something?
No, I wasn't saying anything. You were saying something and they just cut.
Yeah, cause Yeah, but we could qualify, man. We could qualify. I see it. We could win the Gold Cup, actually. I think so. You know, we could win.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. You think this coach is good enough based on what you saw last night to win the Gold Cup?
Yeah, yeah. You saw El Salvador versus Peru. You watch that game or see the
Mm-mm.
highlight?
Mm-mm.
We could win, man. We could win.
Yeah, well, El Salvador is not one of the strongest teams in CONCACAF.
But even the U.S. is faltering because now they have a striker issue because the coach is not smart. He bringing Pepe and Jesus Ferreira. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Go to Europe and get Sabachu right there. But at least, but that's my second team. I gotta root for. But
So wait, where does Reggae Boys fall on
number
your
one, of course. So that's my country. You know what I'm saying? But I have a soft spot for the U.S. Because the U.S. has done a lot for me. So me kind of, yeah. They're like
okay?
I'm. It's like my side chick. It's my side chick. Jamaica, my
Listen, at
wife.
least he's honest. At least you're honest.
you know. Yeah, but
Uh, yeah, go on, Theo.
yeah. If you guys don't close out, I'm just saying, be excited. I'm excited. I like the way the coach is trying to put the team kind of Schaefer-esque. And yeah, just believe, people. Don't be too negative, you know. And bring in a center mid, please, JFF. If you're listening, you listened to me before. Got the Iceland coach. Bring in a center mid or two, preferably from England. Yes.
Oh, you and these English-based players. Look, if that's the formula, then that's the formula. Once you're good enough to play, I think you should play. So if that's from a particular country, then so be it. If it's spread across the diaspora, just like the reggae girls, then go with it. Reggae girls have
Mhm.
cooked up the winning formula. So if you need to look to them for direction, then go ahead. They're under the same umbrella as you, anyways. They're literally your female counterparts. So why not take inspiration from them?
Yeah, with the scouting and just the organization on a whole. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
but I like this though. Even our president, he's smiling. You know, it's no longer a tension there. So I like that. You know,
yeah, yeah. It's beautiful to see. Long may it continue. I hope it's not just a spare of the moment thing. Hopefully, it can just continue. Like, we know we're not always going to get on with our colleagues. There's going to be good days and bad days. But, like I said on Formula's channel yesterday, when there are the bad days, I don't particularly want to know about it. If you're like at each other's throat bickering, I don't care. Like, I don't want to hear about all of
the
the hissing and
toxic
the
stuff. Yeah,
cutting. Not
mhm.
interested. You
For real,
know,
for real.
yeah, if somebody's punching each other up on the training pitch, I don't care. Just as long as you don't end up dead. As long as you're alive and well, because that happens. Like, players have tussles in training grounds all the time. So
Do
I
a
don't,
Balotelli and fight the coach.
like, I don't care. Like, learn not to keep certain things internal, like the women's team, and stop like being so public with airing out your dirty laundry. It's so
It's that the,
distasteful.
the man them love the drama too, just like the woman them, and drama sells, so
You
you're
know
gonna
what?
have a
It's
lot of
very
that.
drama centric. It's drama centric, but it's so funny because at times I feel like the way the men's team operates, people expect that from the women's team, but it's like a flip. It's like
Oh, we never say so, but This,
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete flip. It's just like it's just
yeah.
so much things are being said publicly. Like, learn to keep things internal, learn to keep things under wraps. Like,
Mm,
protect each other a little bit. Sometimes it kind of feels like it's a feed them to the wolves mentality. Like, they're your teammates at the end of the day. Protect them. They should protect you, and vice versa. And people from the top as well, they're so petty at times. It's like you're supposed to be, if you're so petty and childish and lack maturity, how do you think the people beneath you will act? And how do you
mm,
think they will conduct themselves? Like, leadership, as with everything, starts from the top. So if you want the players to be professional, and if you want them to act as individual leaders, then you have to lead from the top. There's too many pettiness trickling down from the top. I don't think you will get away with it with the current gaffer, but only time will tell.
mm. Them now go do it. They will do it with Whitmore and Paul Hall, but this guy, no. Jamaican people, them kind of sad to say, but our people, you saw when the Queen died, you saw all them black folk, you saw they were crying. Yeah, our people, yeah, we respect white people more. It's sad to say, but it's true. It's an observation that I see, you know. They
Mm.
certain things they won't do, like, because they don't want to save face. Like they say in America, don't act up in front of these white folks. I don't know what they say in England, but yeah, as they say in America, don't you make me look bad in front of these white folks.
We've got guests. Don't make me look bad in front of company. Probably
Yeah.
you're probably onto something there. Who knows? But it's a shame. If that's the case, then it is a real shame. But what's you guys' closing remarks? We've got about 5 more minutes until we end off on this show.
2026. Get your tickets ready. 2026.
There you go, guys.
2026 is not going to be easy, so a lot of people
No,
think
but,
it's a
but the
walk in
big
the
team
park.
them come out Cataract, come on. And we say we are fourth best. We are fifth best. We are Arsenal at CONCACAF, fourth best or fifth best. Is that everything or used to be everything? But
Yeah,
yeah.
but no, but what you are not realizing is that there are other teams in CONCACAF, particularly in the Caribbean, that
Hmm.
are rising.
But they don't have the heavy English pipeline we do. And
Yeah,
our
no,
players are tracking
you're
now.
right. They have a heavy
We're going
Dutch
to
pipeline.
Eastern.
No, you're
You
right.
are
They have
so
a heavy
now.
Dutch
Yo,
pipeline,
that's a
and
hype. I don't believe the
yeah,
hype no more. That total football stuff. This is CONCACAF. You get tackled, man. You get tackled. This is mud ball. This is almost like
it
the
does, no,
1980s
no,
still.
but hold on. No. It doesn't matter. We're talking about how easy it's gonna be to qualify
Oh,
for 2026 from CONCACAF. Many people think it's a layup. I'm just saying
mm.
that it's not as easy as people think it's gonna be. I mean, the dam rep, they have a heavy American Spain pipeline. So don't think that
Who, who, who,
the UK diaspora is what will get us over the edge, because other countries in CONCACAF have diasporas all over the place as well.
but formula. Look at our players. They going to Germany. They going to Eastern Europe. Some of them are even going to Portugal. I think still in the Caribbean,
Who is going to
Jamaica.
Portugal and Germany?
Like, look, Leon went to Germany. Didn't we
All right,
send a
who to
couple?
Portugal?
Didn't we
One
send
player,
a
who
couple?
to Portugal?
Didn't we send a couple SPL players to Portugal? I don't remember their name, but I know some of them went there, went over there.
SPL, what is SPL?
No, not SPL. I mean Jamaican Premier
JPL.
Leagues.
We
Yeah,
sent
JP.
one player. We sent one player to the third tier in Portugal, and he never even made a match day squad.
Come, come, come on, man. We got the talent, man. We still better than Trinidad, Suriname. I hear the hype. They say, oh, the Dutch Revolution, Johan Cruyff, but we still above them. We still above a lot of teams.
Yeah, we're above them. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that they are building, right? And the gap between us and them is closing. So, it's not, there's still it's not 4 years to go till the start of the World Cup qualifiers. Probably around 3 before the final round, if I'm not mistaken.
But
But they still have enough time to improve.
formula, the championship, the League One, they're second divisions, but they're strong. They're at the level of some of the top leagues in Europe. Because you ever seen the Eredivisie, where most of the Surinamese players come from? Compare it to the championship or to a League One. It's not that far off. And even in some cases, the championship is better than it because that's one of the richest second divisions in the world. We could use that to our advantage. And MLS is rising. And I think, to me, I put MLS similar to a Eredivisie, because it's the same type of caliber players that the MLS teams are competing for with the Dutch teams and even some of the Belgian teams. So you understand what I'm saying? I say we should back ourselves, man. We could make it, bro. Belief.
No, I agree. Theo, you and I are kind of saying the same thing. Well, kind of. I agree, that our talent pool is better than Suriname talent pool. All I'm saying is that in terms of what we are eligible to draw from, all I'm saying is that 2026 is not going to be a layup. That's all I'm saying.
Of
It's
course,
not going to be
but
as easy as people think it will be.
I believe in the guys. You see, I believe. Look, Ukraine took a mostly Ukrainian Premier League team, and they almost qualified for the World Cup. They slipped up against Wales. So you see, it's belief, But yeah, I don't want to bore you guys. I'm no bore, but we know you want guy a bit. Krista, what's the
No,
time?
I'm gonna do another live stream. I'm gonna powder my nose in a bit and then
Tonight?
Yeah, I don't know what you guys don't want another live stream tonight, or are you saying you want it
No,
tomorrow?
it's your world. Do it. It's your world. I was
Yeah,
just
man, I'm
kind of
gonna do another
surprised.
live stream. I'm up already,
When?
so
It's about almost 2 o'clock where you are right now in the
yeah, it's
morning.
1:45 in the morning.
I'd love to be like you. I'd love to be able to operate at the level that you do on such little sleep.
yeah, it's like I said, I've
That
been
is
in.
something you need to teach me how to do.
I learned how to do it unintentionally. It's not something I learned deliberately. It's just I've just been like this since my uni days. Studying full time, working part time, doing a internship part time. So it was just always on the go.
Red Bull. Red Bull.
I used to drink it and then I stopped. I was like, this ain't good for me. I'm not gonna lie. I used to drink it. Used to drink Coke and Pepsi, and I just came off it one day and I never looked back. Once you stop drinking like drinks like Coke and Pepsi, you don't go back. You actually taste how disgusting they are. The amount of sugar that's in a can of Coke and Pepsi, I'm disgusted with myself that I used to drink that. Now, if I have a takeaway or if I'm out and about and I buy a fast food, I can't ask for it. I ask for water. And I used to look at people like they're weird. Like, why are you drinking water with your burger and chips? Like, drink a Coke or a Pepsi. And now I'm one of those weird people that's drinking my water as my
Yeah, I don't drink sugary drinks again.
Nah, once your body goes off it, you actually taste how disgusting it is, in it, formula.
Well, for me, it was more of a necessity.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, you see that.
No, seriously. Went to the doctor and got some disturbing news. So, say, oh, this have a change, So, yeah, I was more forced to come off sugar drinks.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Did you say you was forced to come off cigarettes?
Sugary drink.
Oh,
Sugary
I'm
drink.
thinking I don't see you as a smoker. Like that kind of floored me there. It's like I don't see you as a smoker.
Sugary drink. Sugary drink.
Oh, I thought you said, and the way you said it, I was like, why is he saying cigarettes so calm? Like, it don't strike me as a, hey guys, if you smoke, you smoke. I'm not against smokers. I don't want you guys to think I'm
Mhm.
sticking my
What
noses up at you.
what type of smokers you don't like? Oh, cigarettes are nasty, but what about the other type? You know,
The other type
It
that we
sound,
cannot
it sound
name.
like you're a ganja man, Tia. Sound like you're a ganja man.
Man said, what other type of smoking?
Wait, hold on. I hope you're a ganja man. I hope I'm not something else. Yes.
You
whoa,
know,
whoa, chill,
Good.
chill.
Good. No,
well,
but just as I say, I
I'm
hope
just
you're a
saying, you know,
ganja
I'm
man
curious. Yeah. But
because if I not ganja, then boy, I don't know, Tia.
all I
nah,
can
nah,
I left this life, is it, Tia?
no, man, me
I
not
left
go do
this
that. Come
life.
on, formula. Come on, now.
No, me
Come
no
on.
know, me a ask, me no know. Yes, the cigarettes are nasty. See?
Yeah.
And you
So
say what?
if me say cigarettes nasty, me not gonna go to the other extreme. I must one thing, only know
Me
one
no
thing.
know. But me no, but that me say initially, you know, me say it sound like you's a ganja man. Then me say I hope you's a ganja man. Because if
I
he's not
mean,
a ganja man, then
allegedly.
allegedly. Look,
literally.
it's each to your own, people. If that's what you look, each their own. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna encourage
Yeah.
any of you to do whatever. Each to their own, and I'll leave it at that. And I'm gonna do another live stream for you guys in a
But
bit.
smoking kills, guys. Save your
Yeah,
lips for the ladies. Yeah.
yes, it does. It does kill. What did for,
Save your
what
lips.
did you say?
Save your lips for the ladies. Smoking kills, you know.
Yeah, it does change the color of your lips, guys. So that's something for you to think about. Yeah. Women don't really want guys to have bad looking lips. That's all I'm saying. I don't speak for every woman, but yeah, it's not cute, is it? So that is the end of the show, guys. Formula. Before I forget my manners, thank you for coming on the live stream. KS Sports TV, thank you for calling in. Theo as well, thank you for jumping on the live stream. The guys in the comment section, thank you for your comments.
Bravo. Enjoy.
Yeah, I hope that you guys are on the next live stream, so maybe I should just release that link. Should I, Formula?
It's your world. Do what you want to do. Me can't tell you for on your channel.
It's look like you're trying to hint to me that I need to go to my bed. I feel like that's where you're coming from here.
Probably.
Yeah, I
No,
kind
I
of feel like you're saying she needs to
I
go
mean,
to
if it,
bed.
I don't know the content of the live. So if it's something I can't wait till tomorrow, probably you need to do it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna do this. Look, I'm just gonna stick to the plan. I said I was gonna do it today, so let's stop beating about, and I'm just gonna get this done and put
It
that.
takes a lot of energy to do 2 lives in one day.
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna release it.
I couldn't go from one life to another life.
You can, because you could finish this and then go onto your channel or do. I could see
No,
on your
well,
channel.
in terms of hosting back-to-back lives,
Yeah,
is one thing to do it like a couple hours apart. Is another thing to jump from a live go straight to another live.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Yeah, man.
Take care, Theo.
It's love coming on here. Beer jokes.
Always love having you on here, so don't be a stranger.
Yeah, most definitely. Remember, guys, smoking kills. Leave your lips for the ladies.
Yes, yeah, and take care of your liver and your kidneys, guys. So the rest is over to you. It's your decision to make. Yes, Mr. Formulae, I'm going to let you go now. You're probably absolutely hating me right now for keeping you here for about over 2 hours.
No, that's the least. It hasn't been a long life. 2 hours is not a long life.
Tapping away from your beauty sleep.
More like my beauty dinner. More like my beauty dinner.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna do another live stream in a bit. Just allow me to go to the ladies' room. Please join me on the next live stream, guys. Don't let me down. I'm going to be stringing up that next live stream. Join me in about maybe, let's say, 10 minutes, right? So give yourself 10 minutes.
Crystal, don't make promises I can't keep.
Yeah, man, I
15
can
to
do.
20.
I'm just gonna powder my nose. When I close
Alright.
off on here, guys, 10 minutes, right? So let's look at the time now. Say by 2 a.m., I'll be live again. 2 a.m. my time. So what time is that for you guys?
That is.
What time is it in Jamaica now?
That is 8 o'clock our
Yeah,
time.
man, that's fine. By 8 o'clock, I'll be back here, guys. So join myself and join me by myself. And I say join myself and Formula.
I would join you, but kind of have some things we need to figure out.
Formula
So-
has his priorities that he needs to tend to, guys. So my partner abroad and I can't fight, so I'm gonna let Formula go because I don't want no one paging me and asking me why am I taking up their person's time. So I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. You guys there in the comment section, thank you for blessing me with a moment of your time. Again, Formula, KS Sports TV, and also Theo as well. Thank you for coming on to the live stream. Definitely appreciate you guys and your support. I should be seeing you guys on another live stream. Don't let me down. Please be there and check out Formula Sports on YouTube and make sure you subscribe to his channel and like the latest video. Final comments before we go, Formula?
Yeah, I mean, encouraging performance in this Argentina game. You know, I think Carl Grimson was definitely thrown into the deep end, but he kept his head above water, I think, and gave a good first impression of himself. And I think the team performed relatively well under the circumstances. So fair play to them.
Definitely. Right, guys, I've got about 8 more minutes to get myself together, so I'm going to have to love you and leave you temporarily, and I'll be back in 8 minutes time with a different live stream, and we're going to be talking some more about the reggae girls. All right, so to those of you who are new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and if you haven't hit the like button already, I'm not really sure what you're waiting on. Please do go ahead and hit the like button. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you're making your way, I should say, home from work, I hope that you arrive safe and sound. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes and you're watching Tallawah TV with Crystal Davis.